In this video, we will take a look at an interesting challenge usually given to those who are just starting to learn programming: developing an algorithm to print a pyramid of the star character. In programming, control flow or flow of control is the order in which individual statements, instructions, or function calls of a program are executed or evaluated. Programming languages have constructs for repeating a set of statements, also called a block, a certain number of times. In many cases, the logic might not require repetition of a block of statements a certain number of times, but instead might depend on a logical test. To accommodate such cases, programming languages have constructs for repeating a loop until some condition changes. Some variations test the condition at the start of the loop, while others test it at the end. If the test is at the start, the body may be skipped completely. If it is at the end, the body is always executed at least once. To understand the working of loops and to control the execution of some statements while skipping others within a loop, many programming courses use the examples of building various shapes by printing characters from within the body of a loop. In this example, we will take a quick look at how to print a pyramid using the star character by using a for loop. If we do not use loops, a simple solution to the problem would be to use 5 print statements in sequence to show a 5-level pyramid. Each subsequent statement will increase the number of star characters being printed. Using the same technique, if the pyramid height is 10 lines, we will have to use 10 subsequent print statements to show a 10-level pyramid. It is obvious that this is not an efficient solution for solving problems involving a large number of repetitions, such as printing a 60-level pyramid. In programming, a for loop is a control flow statement for specifying iterations, which allows code to be executed repeatedly. Various keywords are used to specify this statement. Descendants of Algol use for, while descendants of Fortran use do. There are other possibilities, for example COBOL, which uses perform varying. A for loop has 2 parts, a header specifying the iteration and a body which is executed once per iteration. The header often declares an explicit loop counter or loop variable, which allows the body to know which iteration is being executed. For loops are typically used when the number of iterations is known before entering the loop. If we are to build a solution using for loop construct to show a 5-level pyramid, simplest description would be that we will print a star character in the first iteration and will be increasing the number of star characters in each subsequent line until we have printed 5 lines. However, it is not that simple because in addition to repeating a statement 5 times, we also have to manipulate the number of star characters being shown in each iteration. In the first iteration, we have to print a star character but also leave some empty spaces before it, so that it eventually shows up at the tip of the pyramid when all the iterations have completed. For a 5-level pyramid, we have to leave 4 empty spaces before we print the star character in the first iteration. In the second iteration, we will leave 3 empty spaces and print 3 star characters. In the third iteration, 2 empty spaces and 5 star characters. In the fourth iteration, 1 empty space and 7 star characters. And yes, the last iteration will have no empty spaces in the beginning and will print 9 star characters. That would be the end of our loop. I am sure you see a pattern here in at least 2 distinct actions. The number of empty spaces are decreasing by 1 in each iteration. The number of star characters are increasing by 2 in each iteration. We will have to manage this in our algorithm inside the for loop. To manage these 2 actions in each iteration, we will need 2 variables that will hold the number of empty spaces to leave and the number of star characters to print. Initializing these 2 variables before the beginning of the first iteration and by incrementing and decrementing them properly at the end of each iteration will allow us to achieve our goal. In this case, The height of the pyramid, or in other words, the number of lines we want to print, is 5. Our empty spaces variable will be initialized with 4 for the first iteration. This variable will be reduced, or as we call it, decremented in programming, by 1 at the end of each iteration. The number of star characters printed in the first iteration is 1. Our number of characters variable will be initialized with 1 for the first iteration. This variable will be increased, or as we call it, incremented in programming, by 2 at the end of each iteration. To relate the initial values of these variables with the number of lines we wish to print, we can initialize the empty spaces variable with 1 less of the number of lines we wish to print, so that when we execute this algorithm and provided the height of the pyramid, our algorithm will appropriately build it by leaving necessary empty spaces from the beginning and adjusting it for each iteration. We do not need to manipulate the initial value of the second variable, as the height of the pyramid has no impact on this variable. This will always be initialized with 1 and will keep on increasing by 2 until the required number of lines are printed. Let's take a look at our algorithm at work one last time. We hope you enjoyed this video. We will continue to add more tutorials in our channel. If you want us to create a tutorial for a specific challenge, leave a comment and we will add it to our list. Subscribe and tell your friends. Keep learning and keep coding.